Lots of people get starstruck by a president, and they tend to act a little weird. It's not unheard of for people to weep, faint, or even throw their babies in the air. And the Secret Service...
What? Why the US president is almost impossible to kill. I have absolutely no opinion on this matter, but this is a video by Fern. Anything I say is a joke, is not serious, is not real. I have no negative thoughts in my head. Absolutely none. I have no thoughts in my head, actually. Absolutely zero. I have no brain cells. Empty head. Nothing going on up here. Absolutely nothing.
A shooter is taking aim at the President of the United States.
Which one?
For the Secret Service, it's their worst-case scenario. The nightmare they've trained for years. In the next few seconds, each branch of the Secret Service springs into action. The protective detail, the counter-assault team, the airspace security branch,
I mean,
the counter-sniper,
sometimes they don't really seem to spring into action, but
and the
what do I
emergency
know?
response team. What happens next will decide the course of history. If the Secret Service succeeds, today will be forgotten soon enough. Keeping the president alive is just business as usual. The job the agency has successfully done every day since the death of JFK. But if they fail, it will rock the nation to its very core and threaten the stability of America's democracy. This is the moment that determines everything, when instinct, training, and sacrifice have to come together, or else. Who are the people protecting the president? How do they prepare for the unthinkable?
But first, they need to get a good photo in first before they protect him. Before they protect him, they need to get a great photo. They need to get a great photo first.
How does the Secret Service actually work?
Not a clue. Ooh,
This video
Overwatch.
is largely based
Pain
on the
and
books
suffering.
Zero Fail, The Rise and
Zero
Fall of the
Fail.
Secret Service by Carol Leonnig,
Okay.
and In the President's Secret Service by Ronald Kessler. Links in the description.
Got it. The day that changed everything.
Fort
Chapter
Worth,
1.
Texas, 1963. The Secret Service is exhausted. JFK
Okay, so he was still alive. What year did JFK die? Not a clue. I personally may or may not think that was an inside job. I may or may not think that was a inside job.
toughest assignment yet. He's constantly traveling. Miami one day, DC the next. His predecessors were older and spent most of their days working inside the White House, where the president is considered to be the safest. But JFK loves to travel the world and attend to his many adoring fans.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
And he has a taste for danger. Sneaking past his agents to swim in open water, where he's swarmed by dozens of other swimmers. Throwing himself into crowds. Letting all kinds of unvetted guests into his room, night after night. Keeping up with JFK is more than a full-time job.
I personally believe it is.
Of double shifts and all-nighters.
Okay.
So tonight, a few agents are blowing off some steam. They heard about a famously shady nightclub called The Cellar, where Texan beatniks rubbed shoulders with off-duty cops, often resulting in brawls. It's illegal to serve alcohol past midnight, but The Cellar is one place you're sure to get a stiff drink at any hour. And the agents stay way past midnight, one as late as 5 a.m. 4 of them are assigned to protect Kennedy the next morning, starting at 8 o'clock sharp. Compared to today's Secret Service, the agency protecting President Kennedy in the 60s is bare bones, basically the size of a municipal police force. There are just 350 agents, most of them spread throughout the U.S. Only 36 are assigned to the White House, with a
I mean, that seems like a lot to me, but I have no clue how big it is now. I assume 36 is probably barely a scratch on what it is now. But to me, that sounds like so much to watch over one to watch one person. That seems a little overboard. That's probably underboard, if anything, I guess.
Rotating team of 6 guarding the president. Keeping the agency lean is
73.
partly due to an American aversion to treating its presidents like kings, going back to the Founding Fathers.
Okay.
People felt that the Secret Service shouldn't be...
Wait, say that again?
Agency lean is partly due to an American aversion to treating its presidents like kings.
That aversion is kind of gone, isn't it? that aversion is a little gone.
Back to the Founding Fathers. People felt that the Secret Service shouldn't be anything like a royal guard.
Really?
Until that cool November morning in Dallas. JFK likes to be seen. For this trip through Dallas,
Who
he's
doesn't?
insisted on riding around in a convertible. And though the Secret Service doesn't like it, he also insists that his usual bodyguards ride in separate cars. He wants to appear accessible to the people.
Thousands are waiting to greet him in downtown Dallas.
Hopefully,
At
I
1:25,
don't think he
moves
would
into the
show the
downtown area.
footage of him getting
JFK
shot,
and
would
Jackie
he?
smile and wave as their limousine inches through Dallas at just 11 miles an hour. It's following a route that Dallas newspapers published in advance. None of the buildings on the route have been inspected.
Convenient.
This is Clint
Convenient.
Hill, the agent assigned to protect Jackie Kennedy. Normally, he's stuck to her like a shadow, but today he's following JFK's orders to give the couple a little space. Of the agents who went to the cellar last night, Hill was the first to leave
Okay.
at 2:45 a.m.
So he's the least
Today,
drunk?
he's also the first agent on duty to recognize this sound for what it is. An attempt on the president's life. This is Bill Greer, the agent driving Kennedy's limo. He's not trained in evasive driving. He slows down, waiting for instructions on what to do next. Another shot is fired. Clint rushes out of the car.
Do you need training to realize you shouldn't stop if you hear a gunfire? Do you need training for that? I feel like if you hear gunfire, you speed. You go pedal to the metal. I feel.
He runs to the limousine, hoping to be at the president's side before worse can happen. But he's too late.
Don't show it.
Clint throws himself on the trunk of the car, only to find a gruesome aftermath. Within 6 seconds of the first shot, President
Convenient.
Kennedy is dead.
If I had reacted just a little bit quicker, I could have, I guess. I'll live with that to my grave.
What happens next is history, and it will haunt the agency for years to come. President Kennedy's death revealed that something needed to change. But he wasn't the first president to be killed in office. 1865, 1881,
Who's that?
1901. But now
The only
United
one I know is
States
Lincoln.
a global superpower. The president is the most powerful person on Earth. The threats to his life are multiplying and evolving. And Kennedy's death traumatized the nation profoundly.
Probably because it was
Nothing
filmed.
like this should ever happen again. In the 60s and 70s, the Secret Service massively expands its personnel and budget. No longer will it be a small cadre of glorified bodyguards. Gone are the days when the service will hire any athletic ex-Marine or patriotic beat cop. Recruitment, training, and operational protocols become way more rigorous. And this is what 6 decades of evolution looks like. Protecting a president isn't just about reflexes or muscle. It's about training agents to think clearly under pressure, spot patterns, and solve complex problems fast. Go to brilliant.org/fern or scan the QR code.
Hell
You'll
yeah.
also get 20% off an annual premium subscription and unlimited access to everything Brilliant offers.
Chapter 2, the split second that matters.
Protecting the president is a round-the-clock job. It's hours and hours of mind-numbing boredom, with occasional moments of sheer terror. When these
Or
moments come along,
entertainment.
every split second counts, and the agent's response better be automatic. There's no time to weigh options. Their mission is zero fail. The Secret Service calls any would-be assassin a jackal, according to journalist
A
Ronald
jackal?
Kessler. Jackals tend to strike outside of the White House. A president is most vulnerable when arriving at or leaving an event, so the agents are currently on high alert. At least 10 days before any external event, agents head to the destination. Some high-profile events, like the president's inauguration.
Yeah. I forget if it's Nexpo or someone. I watched an in-depth video on the JFK thing. I wish I had a lot of opinions that I feel like he didn't cover, because his main thing in that video was how could they plan he would choose that. But in my opinion, I feel like the most obvious, my opinion, I'm wrong, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. My opinion was they probably had multiple different people for different scenarios, and whichever scenario happens is just whoever does the job. Just whichever scenario happened first. If it was an inside job, I feel like they would have had someone in the crowd. They would have had someone for one route, someone for another route, someone for at the place, just different people for any scenario that happens. And just whoever got to it first, is my opinion. And it's not that hard to get someone to keep a secret if there's maybe some kind of incentive. Also, what I just realized which one we paused on.
Take up to a year and a half. That's because the Secret Service isn't just about making sure a bullet doesn't hit the president. It's about making sure it never enters the event to begin with.
Right.
Agents are sent in advance to assess the number of metal detectors needed, scrutinize all access points, and prepare explosive detection. Mainly, they're thinking of the ways a jackal could sabotage
as long
the
as
event.
it's, strictly
Could he cut the lights to
opinion.
create chaos? Could he access the air conditioning units to introduce poison gas?
Oh,
Could he
damn.
sneak in through a forgotten basement staircase? The bulk of Secret Service work is meticulous, detail-oriented
How creative do
preparation,
they get?
making sure they're ready for days like this. These special agents are the protective
Protective detail.
Probably what you think of first when you hear the name Secret Service. They're the agents expected to take a bullet for the person they're protecting, and then evacuate them to safety.
I would never take a bullet for anyone. I don't care who you are. I would never do that.
But they're just the tip of the iceberg. There's the counter-assault team.
Counter-assault.
They're the heavily armed agents with the most dangerous role. They're meant to charge at the source of the attack and neutralize it before it can reach the person they're protecting, with an automatic rifle or with a flashbang grenade. Then the protective detail can evacuate the protectee to the presidential limousine, known as the Beast. The Beast is a $1.5 million car weighing about 20,000 pounds.
Damn.
It takes the president wherever he needs to go. It's American-made, of course, and quite a bit safer than Kennedy's convertible.
Yeah,
According to NBC
I would
News,
imagine.
It's bulletproof, blast-resistant, sealed off from chemical attacks, and stocked with a supply of extra blood, exactly the president's type.
Is there food in there
Not all of its
too? Is there a
defense systems
toilet?
are known to the public, but rumor has it shoots tear gas. Flanking the Beast is
What I want to know is, does the car have Wi-Fi built in? Is there a toilet in there? Is there a supply of water if he gets a little thirsty or hungry?
the rest of the presidential motorcade.
I hope
Counter-assault
the car
agents
has
trained in
Wi-Fi.
motorcade ambush tactics travel in a car close to the Beast. Another Secret Service car carries intelligence agents who are tracking people considered threats.
I'm
If
not
necessary,
selfless.
They can jam these people's communications.
Very selfish, I am.
After this, you should definitely check out this
Yeah, not for a
fantastic
job.
episode by our friend Neo for a full explanation.
Okay.
In close communication with the counter-assault team is the eagle-eyed counter-sniper team, the best marksman in the Secret Service.
Okay.
According to Ronald Kessler, every month, counter-snipers have to demonstrate they can still make shots 1,000 yards away.
Are those the people that kind of waited a few shots on a important one? That are they the ones that kind of
If they fail,
a little bit
they're not
failed
supposed
at
to
that?
work. Here, are plainclothes agents who mingle with crowds on high alert for threats and vulnerabilities. To blend in, they don't wear the trademark earpiece. They're looking for anyone suspicious, anyone sweaty, anyone shifty-eyed, anyone who stands out in any way.
I feel like they would suspect me because I'm always sweaty. I'm always shifty-eyed. I'm always paranoid. I would be their number one suspect because I am very anxious. They would suspect me. Oh no.
But it's a delicate operation, best handled discreetly.
Well, look who it is.
Lots of people get starstruck by a president, and they tend to act a little weird. It's not unheard of for people to weep, faint, or even throw their babies in the air. And the Secret Service...
What? Why would you throw your baby in the air? What? I mean, I'm sure certain presidents would love that, but why would you throw the child?
For people to weep, faint, or even throw their babies in the air. And the Secret Service can't go around tackling them all.
They can't go catching all the babies.
Agents in the crowd are also trained to think like assassins. In any given space, how could they breach security if they wanted to? If they detect any vulnerability, they call the Joint Ops Center at Secret Service headquarters, who alert the protective detail by earpiece. Some Secret Service technicians are also photographing the crowds to evaluate them later with facial recognition technology. They're looking out for whether particular individuals keep showing up. Outside the venue, we have the Uniformed Division's Emergency Response Team, the first line of defense, often armed with P-90 submachine guns and highly specialized canines. Each dog sniffs up to 100 cars a day for explosives and is trained to attack any intruders. Later, they're rewarded for their service with ball play. The Secret Service is also supported by local law enforcement and emergency medical technicians. When they're not actively protecting anyone, Secret Service agents are constantly training and reassessing past events. Agents receive way more training than they did in the 60s, when they were just handed a manual and expected to learn the rest on the job. And a split second from now, it'll be time to show their stuff. Just like in 1981.
Okay. Who was president then? I forget.
Back then, a mentally ill man named John Hinckley Jr. became obsessed with and
heard of him?
stalked the actress Jodie Foster, who starred in Taxi Driver.
Never heard of
In
her?
the movie, an aimless drifter plots to kill a presidential candidate. Hinckley, an aimless drifter himself, believed that Foster would notice him if he did something really great, like kill the president. Just before his attack on Reagan, he wrote to Foster,
Reagan.
"You'll be proud of me, Jodie. Millions of Americans will love me. Us."
Nope.
Foster didn't alert the FBI to Hinckley's threats until after the fact.
The first time I knew that the FBI was involved was when somebody called me up and said, please come over and talk to the FBI.
But he was already on their radar. About 6 months
He
before he
reminds
attacked
me of
Reagan,
someone
Hinckley had been
with
arrested
the
for
face.
attempting to board a plane with 3 pistols. The plane was in the same city where then-President Jimmy Carter just so happened to be.
Jimmy
Now,
Carter.
Hinckley is
I know
outside a
nothing about
hotel
him.
in D.C., crouched in combat position. If indeed he had wanted to kill Carter, he wasn't able to get him. But Reagan will do. Reagan is just 6 feet from his armored car.
Oh,
when
I've seen
Hinckley
this
fires
video.
his rounds.
Terrible.
Agent Tim McCarthy doesn't even stop to think. Instinct propels him to cover and evacuate. He hurls himself in front of the president.
I would never
2
do that.
others nearby have already been shot. Hinckley's 3rd bullet hits McCarthy squarely in the torso.
Damn.
1 bullet ricochets off the bulletproof limousine and strikes Reagan in the left armpit. Unluckily for him, Hinckley has used Devastator bullets, designed to explode on impact and cause maximum damage. The president starts losing blood quickly. All this happens in 2 seconds, and the seconds after that counted even more.
I thought,
If Reagan had arrived at the hospital,
I'll be honest, I thought, whenever I saw that video, I thought he missed completely. I did not realize he actually hit.
just a few minutes later, he might not have made it.
Really?
Meanwhile, the agents pounced on Hinckley. They could have left that to local police and traveled behind Reagan to continue offering him protection. Their thinking was that they didn't know whether Hinckley was acting alone. But after this event, according to Kessler, a new policy was established.
What?
Secret Service agents always stick to the president.
Really?
Every misstep becomes a teachable moment that advances
Or a
security
photo
protocols
op.
for later. Hinckley's failed assassination is considered one of the Secret Service's great successes. But it was a close call. A man with a gun was able to get just 4.5 meters from the president and very nearly kill him. Clearly, security protocols needed to be beefed up.
Right.
It's now standard procedure to have magnetometers or metal detectors that screen crowds at
Magnetometers?
events.
Is
Yep.
that the technical is that the official name for metal detectors, or is that like a different thing completely?
The Secret Service
I
found
said,
they
if
needed
it's a
way
different name,
better
I see why they
intelligence.
switched it.
6 months before
It's
the
complicated
assassination
to say.
attempt, Hinckley was arrested trying to board a plane with 3 handguns, information known to the FBI. But under DOJ guidelines, the arrest was deemed too
301,
minor and never relayed to the
TSA.
Secret Service. In hindsight, that omission deprived presidential protectors of a major red flag.
Right.
A prior weapons arrest timed to coincide with a presidential visit. The Secret Service now works more closely with the FBI. They've also developed an elaborate system for classifying just how threatening an aggrieved person is. Say you make the mistake of drunkenly boasting to a crowded bar that
Say you make the mistake of being a political commentator. You're top on that list.
you're gonna kill the president. If the Secret Service catches wind of it, according to Kessler, you might be considered a Class 1 threat, and an agent could show up at your house for a serious chat. But unless you have prior military training, a documented history of mental illness, or a concrete reason for the service to believe you might try to carry out your plans, you won't be bumped up to Class 2 or 3. Class 3 threats are considered the most dangerous.
3,
Those
2,
with a
1
serious
seems
intent
like
to kill
the right
and the
order.
ability to
1
do so.
sounds the most.
They're monitored very
not the
closely.
least.
The Secret Service receives an average of 10 threats per day. Most are against the president. Not all can be taken seriously. Many threats are mailed directly to the White House.
Why?
The assassins seem to think that the president will read their letter personally, and they want to be heard. A letter can give the Secret
gotta be
Service's
some
forensic division a
delusional
lot to work with.
thinking.
DNA, fingerprints, and ink samples they can compare with the ones in their International Ink Library.
Pink
Since the early
library?
80s, profilers have interviewed and studied assassins like Hinckley and Sirhan, who killed Robert Kennedy. This helps the Secret Service understand the motivations of these individuals, who are often paranoid loners seeking attention and notoriety. Often, but not always. The first bullet narrowly misses the president. A counter-sniper tries to take the assassin
Which
out,
one is
but he's
this?
already vanished into the chaos.
That was quick.
The protective detail pounces on the president, forming a human wall. Another shot is fired, this time from the crowd. Is that gun made of white plastic? A bullet grazes the shoulder of an agent in the detail. The counter-assault team heads straight for the line of fire. Meanwhile, the remaining detail escorts the president off the podium,
Which
hoping
one
they
is
reach the
this?
beast in time, and that the real threat isn't overhead.
I can't tell.
The threat that the service has braced itself for since the morning of September 11, 2001. President George W. Bush is in Florida for the morning. He
Mr.
joined the
President,
second-grade
Mr.
class for their
President.
reading lesson. He'll be back in the White House by lunchtime.
They hit the second
The
bat.
event has been publicized for a week. It's a feel-good photo op to celebrate Bush's commitment to education. The Secret Service is well aware that the world can see exactly where the president is. When the first plane hits the World Trade Center, an agent in Bush's security detail receives intelligence. He asks if the attack is isolated to New York and if the president's security is compromised. No answer. Nobody knows. Minutes pass. The Secret Service grows more agitated.
Both Twin Towers now are on fire.
Thank you,
The
thank
second
you.
plane
Have a
hits,
good night.
and Bush is informed that America is under attack.
See on page 153.
The age-old tension between the White House and the Secret Service has reached a fever pitch.
What I don't know what he did after that. I never seen any clip other than just Mr. President. Did he leave the event? Did he continue? Did he keep reading to the kids? What happened?
One team's job is to project a competent image of the president, which requires the president to engage with citizens.
Okay.
The other team's job is to keep the president safe. The less he's seen in public, the easier that is to do. Nobody knows what to do.
night.
The Secret Service wants Bush out, now. But the White House press secretary doesn't want to scare the children
Okay.
or the public watching. So Bush
Thank
stays
you.
put for 7 excruciating minutes.
Good job. Go on. Go on.
Go on.
Chaotic aftermath of that morning revealed more holes in the Secret Service's coverage. For one thing, not all important agents were briefed on how to adequately protect their assignments in case of a national emergency. There wasn't a system for getting them to military-controlled shelters, nor were the agents granted the power to do so. Instead, they were treated like mere bodyguards, elite ones, but still. They had to obey other staffers with no expertise in security, like the White
Interesting.
House press secretary.
Yeah,
The
probably
Secret
not the
Service
best
had
idea.
become really good at preventing attacks from crazed lone gunmen. But in the face of a sophisticated terrorist attack aimed at the president, they needed a whole new playbook and more authority. After 9/11, the Secret Service rewrote its emergency action plans. It was made sure that no political staffer could overrule a Secret Service agent attempting to evacuate a president to safety.
Okay.
And the government decided that maybe, just maybe, the president's bodyguards should work closely with the people tracking terrorists. A year and a
Maybe,
half
who would
after
have thought?
9/11, the Secret Service was drafted into the new Department of Homeland Security. The protection mission was now understood as a form of counterterrorism.
Okay.
Shortly after the attack, the Secret Service established a new unit, the Airspace Security Branch, responsible
I've
for
never heard of
monitoring
that.
and controlling the airspace of the president's current location. Will today be the day they have to down a rogue drone? But the sky remains calm. The president makes it into the beast. And that's when he starts exhibiting strange symptoms.
Food
Tiny
poisoning.
pupils, profuse sweating, wheezing, and
Oh,
convulsions.
poison?
The nerve agent Novichok is a swift and brutal
Novichok.
killer. It can take a victim down in less than 2 minutes.
Is this still
To kill
Bush?
or incapacitate a victim, a nerve agent needs to penetrate the skin or be ingested or inhaled, meaning that only someone in very close contact with the president could have administered it. Is there a third assassin among them? The Secret Service will deal with the holes in their security later. Now the focus is on saving the president. That's where the hazardous agent mitigation and medical emergency response team comes into play,
Okay.
also known as HAMMER.
Hammer time.
Today, HAMMER agents will save the president's life.
Which one is this?
The first would-be assassin was sniffed out and tackled by the K-9 protective unit as he attempted to escape
I've never
the
heard
venue.
of this
He's now
one.
in jail, awaiting trial. The second assassin, with the 3D printed gun, was shot by the counter-assault team. He died on the spot. And the third, the guy in the Secret Service itself, a career agent who rose through the ranks to the president's personal security detail. Turns out he's a sleeper agent sent by a foreign nation. It isn't yet clear which. And they don't know how he infiltrated the service. Recently, the agency has been strained, struggling to fill key positions.
Oh, this is
Could there have been
recent?
a lapse in their vetting process? They'll be sure to interrogate him intensively to find out. Our story may be an unlikely scenario, but it's just one of many possibilities that the Secret Service prepares for every day.
Oh, that's
Threats to the president have only expanded in recent years,
Is that
so the
real or is
service
that
is now
not?
trained
I'm
to deal with
confused.
previously unheard of attacks. The war on terror gave the Secret Service more power than ever. More budget, more reach, more respect. But also more responsibilities that stretched them beyond their
okay.
capacities.
no wonder I didn't know about
Internally,
it.
The machinery started to rust.
And it's been an embarrassment.
The Bush and Obama years saw waves of scandals that undermined the agency's reputation and their motto, worthy of trust and confidence.
And they aren't getting that's not happening now? They aren't having those issues now?
In one case, a senior agent reportedly took a female informant up to his hotel room. She died that night from a drug overdose. He was later promoted. Other agents were caught stealing federal funds, having sex with minors, drunk driving on White House grounds, becoming embroiled in prostitution scandals,
How
engaging
surprising
in racist hazing of
government
black
to do
agents,
that.
brawling in bars. Plus, there were several near misses during Barack Obama's presidency.
Add a bomb-sniffing dog to the bag.
Obama received 4 times as many threats as previous presidents, largely motivated by racism. Some commentators have said it's a miracle he's still alive.
In that.
In the service, morale is often low and turnover is usually high. It's not easy to find qualified replacement agents. Not just anyone is willing to take a bullet for $48K a year. Plus,
$48K? That's not even national average, isn't it? Because what national average is what, 50? 48. I wouldn't even take a bullet for $1 million. 48. Jesus.
Requires agents to travel constantly, move frequently, and work huge amounts of unpaid overtime. It's common for agents to quit and find better pay and job conditions at other federal agencies, or start their own security firms. Still, since JFK, the Secret Service has done its job. No dead presidents since 1963. But there was one particularly close call.
I really see something that said...
Does anyone think this was a little staged? Especially the fucking photo op. Slightly. Opinions, blah blah blah. I'm stupid, I'm dumb.
Take a look at what happened.
In Butler, Pennsylvania, in 2024, Donald Trump was nearly assassinated as he was campaigning for his second presidency. Could an assassin get to an unguarded roof with a clear line of sight to Trump? It's widely considered a major failure of the Secret Service.
Sir, this could have been our Texas school
an
book
opportunity
depository. I have
to
lost
get
sleep
votes.
over that for the last 17 days,
Then
just like you
fire
have.
somebody
and
to
I will
hold
tell
them
you,
accountable.
Senator.
6 agents were suspended, and the director stepped down. Just 2 months later, another attempted assassination of Trump rattled the service.
Oh yeah, that's
and it's possible there have been many more incidents of nearly successful assassinations throughout U.S. history. We just didn't hear about them. Maybe that's the real secret of the service. All the times history almost changed, then didn't.
Fern always has such cool videos, hell yeah.